Hi everybody, it's Devin here at Predatory Plants. Doing a bit of a bench tour today in this little section here, which is where we keep our Nepenthes veitchii. Probably should do this tour of the veitchii later in the year when it's warmer, because that's when they tend to show off the best pictures. But because it's cool in the greenhouse today, the fans aren't on, and so that makes it a little easier to make a video. Maybe we'll check in again in summertime. The two biggest Nepenthes veitchii that we've got are clones. They're the same clone. This is the Bario clone from Malaysiana Tropicals. You can see it's got this kind of crawling, classically veitchii growth habit. There's one there, and then there's another one right here. They're the same clone, like I said. It's a female, and it has flowered. This is actually the second round of flowers they've put up. As you can see, it looks like we've got some nice pollination on some of these. There's been chatter about this plant, that it might be a sterile clone, but we actually have seen germination from it, so that's exciting. It's a really pretty plant. It has great pitcher morphology, really fat, very hairy. It's got great flare to the peristome. The peristome ages into this kind of copper color, which is pretty nice. The seeds that were produced last time that have germinated so far were actually pure horticultural veitchii. And the pollen parent, in that case, was this guy here. This is Nepenthes veitchii pink. You can see it's aptly named. It stays pink through the whole life cycle of the pitcher. And it's got some nice pink striping on this golden peristome. Not as much flare as the Bario, but still quite a handsome veitchii form. Over here is the Hose Mountains form of Nepenthes veitchii. This is one of the ones that'll wrap its leaves around a tree and crawl up into the canopy. So as a result, you can kind of see those two yellow leaves at the bottom. It's got a huge leaf span. When it's growing happily, it'll be like 2-3 feet wide, which makes it kind of annoying to fit on a bench. Ours had some weird growth point problem for a while, but it's finally settling back in. We repotted it and kind of gave it some space, and so it's doing all right again. It's not our favorite form of Nepenthes veitchii. It's a little bit more tubular, not as squat, and of course the growth habit is a little bit funny, but it's nice to have in any case. Right here is one of our Nepenthes veitchii K, which are from Exotica. The K set were supposed to be stripy, but because they were sort of separated off visually, not according to any sort of formal criteria, just like, oh, that one looks stripy, they don't always necessarily maintain it super well. You can see it ages out of the stripes, or rather the peristome darkens and you can barely see the stripes anymore. It's very nice when they first open, but it's still a good plant. Let's see. Over here we've got Golden, which is another male. I'm not sure if we've gotten germination on any seeds we've made with Golden yet. I think we might have, but it's quite a cool plant. It's like the pink, except obviously it doesn't have the pink body. It's got that golden body, but similar kind of nice peristome. It's got better flare to the peristome, a little bit of striping there as well. Now, the problem with the veitchii section is because they're such massive plants and they just kind of grow and grow. You can lose track of them, but oh, here we go. So this is a beautiful seed-grown Nepenthes veitchii from Bario, which is from Borneo Exotics. And this one is gorgeous. You can see it maintains this fantastic candy striping with the brilliant gold and pink striping. And this is an old pitcher, so it doesn't age out of it. Really, really nice. And you can see this plant's been leaf jumping like crazy. So these were the leaves that were around last year, much smaller. The most recent leaf here is about another 10% as big as the one before it. And we're heading into the warm months. So we're hoping this will get quite large as things progress throughout the year. Oh, here's another clone of veitchii K right there. You can see a little bit more striping maintained, but still a little bit less than you might have hoped for. Let me see. Here's another of the seed-grown Barios from BE. This one's a non-striped form. It's just got this yellow peristome that ages in a little bit more. So we've got a good amount of genetic diversity here. Hopefully we'll get a few more good breeding pairs, so that we can produce plenty of veitchii, because everybody loves the veitchii. It's a great plant. Oh, this is a striped veitchii that's part of their clone swarm from Borneo Exotics, the Bario clone swarm, because they did an initial seed release, and now they have a selection of assorted clones, and so we've got two different striped clones from Bario. It would be great if they're matched genders or matched sexes, but we'll see. Oh, here's an interesting one. Our big Bario clones from MT, you can see this is a fresh pitcher. So they start off pink with a pink body and a bright yellow peristome, but then they age into that brown and copper that you saw. So there's a few more in here, but they're sort of buried. There's also our big Rob Cantley. Got a picture just kind of hanging out there in the middle of the veitchii, which is quite nice. But that pretty much covers the main veitchii we have growing over here. Like I said, the pictures look much better in the warm months, so maybe I'll try to make a video in the middle of the summer when it's super hot and everything's looking nice. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this bench tour. Let us know if you have any questions. Oh, we haven't, I don't think, officially given a name to this veitchii Bario, the female that we've gotten germination on. So we're going to need to name that in our sort of grex breeding nomenclature. It's going to start with a V, obviously. So, you know, we've got our ventricosas named Virtue and Victory. And so if you think of a good V name, let us know. You can leave it in the comments. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask them. And remember to like and subscribe to see more stuff like this.